Alright, what is good guys? Welcome to a brand new video. This is a long time that I haven't posted a trade breakdown for you guys. But I'm going to show you guys a couple things because you guys need to realize that with the trades that I'm taking, it's very important, which is why I also post this in my Discord. Like for example, this video is posted in my Discord, right? There's a reason why I post daily analysis in my Discord. I'm going to explain to you guys why. There's a reason why before the market opens or as the market opens, I will mark up my supply and demand zones beforehand to make sure that I know what I'm doing and I know what price action is doing, right? So simple example here. I'm here doing my daily analysis. You guys can literally see this is posted 19 hours ago. It's currently, look, this is 8 p.m. So you know it's like 4 hours before market open. And I'm just discussing with my members, obviously, what's going to happen. Look, what I'm exactly saying here is you can't hear it, but this is what I'm saying. Look, literally, market's gonna open. This is what I want, right? I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm like, this is what I want, and if it happens, I'm gonna short. I want price to push up. I want price to take out this low right here and pop in this demand, and then I want price to go higher, right? Now, I'm gonna show you guys something. If I go here, simple, yeah. Actually, I will show that at the end because I mean it's a trade breakdown that has a win, so you guys know that it actually played out. But this is exactly what I expected. Now, I also said if it goes lower here and it takes this low first, then I would long, but that didn't happen. So I'm always prepared for both scenarios. I was also looking for some news on market.ai. And we saw that some ceasefires operation was happening. So I knew the prices was going to be volatile, right? Now, let's simply get into this breakdown. Now, if you look at the 1 minute, there was a long possibility. Yeah, it was a bit scuffed, but there was a long possibility. If you think about it, you could have longed like this, simply like this, boom, boom. That's a simple 1 to 2. This was a long possibility. Now, why is this a long possibility? We swept the lows that I did say in the daily analysis. After that, you sweep this low. This is liquidity. Why? Because you have this wick and then you have this bounce. And I know someone who entered this trade. As soon as it bounced, so I knew that this was a liquidity. And then we had obviously the break of structure of the high. This is the high that obviously swept that low, right? So this was an entry you could have taken. And let's play it out what happens. It goes a bit into drawdown. It goes a bit into drawdown again. And then on Asia Open, it just goes higher and higher. It took a bit long. I was actually with my friend playing Siege. Took mad long. I actually took this trade as well. But I'm going to show you guys the actual breakdown of the, what is it called? Of the sell. Now, realistically, the sell, we came into this demand. Look, why did I mark this supply first of all? Now, realistically, it's very simple, right? What I only look for is, I look for a zone of supply or demand. Yeah, that's very simple. If you guys know my strategy, if you're in my Discord, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Even if you know simple supply and demand, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All I wanted for price is just sweep the liquidity because that's all that matters. Liquidity. I know that there's mad people that short here, and like there's so many reasons why people would place their stop losses here. Like even like couple here, you know, couple fake outs to the downside that will potentially have shorts, and obviously this is just seen as liquidity as it's not a supply in my opinion, and that it would go higher. Now this did tag into this, but it's just common knowledge that this is inducement for early sellers, right? In my opinion, this is just how I trade. This is the way I trade. Now anyway, we come into the supply, right? You go to the lower time frame, very simple, and then you look, where's my entry? Now what you could do, there's a scuffed entry here you could have taken. Now I wouldn't take this. This is like a bit more risky, but what I would have taken is this very nice clean entry. What you have simply here is you have these highs. They were the fake outs because they were on this supply, right? You just didn't take out this high. Then you had the small pullback. You engineer liquidity here, right? And then you make that break of structure. This is called the chalk flip. As you guys know, that's my entry model. And then as soon as that happens, you just short, stop loss at the high. And then TP, you could have just simply had Asia low. Or you could have gone for something else. Fuck knows. But let's just keep it simple and go for Asia low, right? Because you want to keep it very simple. Now, this happens legitimately within 30 minutes of your entry, which is very nice. Now, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I posted in the morning at 1:30 p.m. It's 4:16 right now, so there's a bit of difference, 3 hours. I said this. Look, this is what I'm looking for, right? We had this bounce. This is actually the TP. Then it went lower. Actually went lower. It's still in that demand. If you look at the 15 minute, you have a specific demand here that I marked out, and I said I want price what I want price to do is, I'm gonna zoom in for you guys as well. What I want price to do is this is exactly what I said, is go to this, right, and take out this low, which is 305. Now it did go to 305, it even went lower into the demand, which is fine. But if you look at this, just look at this, yeah, and then just look at what price is doing right now. You can exactly see that it exactly does what I'm expecting it to do. For example here, boom, boom. Now, you guys need to realize that I don't always mark out zones just because I'm gonna short. For example, I did not take this short, right? And I mean, it's still not down, but this is just an example. If someone was long here, yeah, if someone was long here, or even like this, it doesn't really matter, and they don't know where to TP, I'm just showcasing them. Here is where I'm expecting a retracement. I'm not saying there's 100% coming a retracement, but I would just pull out here. Why? Because this is an area where price could pull back, and it's not 100% guaranteed. But what you guys need to realize is, when you're trading, would you rather give up a 1.8 R, right? So let's say you risk 1,000, you make 1,800, and you want to TP at this high. Would you give up that extra $500 to lose $1,800 essentially? Because if it hits TP and it goes higher but doesn't go to your actual TP, was it worth risking that extra money, right? Was it worth risking that extra $500 to go to the second TP instead of the first one? So you're risking $500, or I mean, you want to make $500 more, so you're risking $1,800 to make $500 more. So that's like 0.3 R. So that's not really favorable in your sense, and there's no point, right? This is where you always need to understand that sometimes TPing early is not bad, and I'd rather crash out in a way that my TP goes higher, which is fine. Like, I'd crash out that way. I'd rather crash out that way than I'd crash out the way that my first TP gets hit and my second TP doesn't get hit and I get stopped. That I would crash out way more, right? That's what you guys need to do. And in the long run, this is gonna save you so much money and so much peace of mind and so much headache. Because at the end of the day, trading, it's all peace of mind. You need no stress, you need peace of mind. And if you have peace of mind, then you're gonna trade better, right? So this was a simple trade breakdown for you guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to keep like, comment, and subscribe. If you watched till the end of this video, comment down below fuck knows what. Just comment something below. I'm gonna pick 3 guys from the comment section. I'm gonna give them lifetime membership in my Discord. Let me just quickly evaluate what my Discord is. It's very simple. You have all these channels, right? You have show losses, show profit. This is the community. I have my analysis, which I post daily. This is fundamental analysis coming from Market AI, so we kind of know what's going on in the market. I don't really use fundamental analysis, but it's just to know what goes on, if there's a ceasefire, if somewhere gets bombed. I think yesterday night Iran got bombed or some shit. Then we have all of these content channels, like basic course, immediate course, advanced course, in-depth course. You guys can see I'm still posting in this channel, even though like I started posting in this channel like a year ago, and somewhere I'm still posting. I post somewhat every trade that I've taken. This is the last trade I've taken because it's Friday, obviously today is Monday. So I somewhat post every trade breakdown that I've taken. I'm gonna post this video in that channel as well. You guys can, I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And there's like loads of videos, data collection. I made another video on how to exactly collect data. You guys can see I'm literally like backtesting for 15 minutes, showing people exactly how you should do it, and I'm just typing there. So this is what essentially my Discord is. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe. By 10,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do something crazy. I might give away like 100 memberships. I don't know. You guys know I always do something crazy shit. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.